Morning students, so we will start with organs of special senses, the eye and sense of sight. So first we will start with eye, the sensory organ. Okay, so slowly as I was posting CNS, likewise I will also post very slowly, okay, important structures, and then the diagrams will be posted. Make sure that you go through the classes. Any doubt you can get back to me, you can ask me. Okay, so today as I told you, we are going to start with the eye. So we know that eye is a sense of sight. It is used for vision. Okay, eye is a sense organ of vision which is situated in the orbital cavity. So this whole part is called as orbital cavity of the skull. So when you see the skull, you see their hole, right? No eyes. Okay, so that hole is called as orbital cavity. Okay, so next talking about, it contains the eyeball which is surrounded and supported by a number of accessory structures. Okay, so when you see this eye inside the orbital cavity, the eye is placed and you see that there is a eyeball. Okay, the whole of the eye, and which is surrounded and supported. It is surrounded and supported by number of accessory structures, that is the supporting structures. Accessory means other structures, okay, other muscles which are holding and supporting the eyes. So that is about the introduction. Next we will go to accessory structure of eye. Okay, so we will see what are the various other organs, other structures that are holding, not organs, other structures which are holding or keeping the eye in place. So under that we will be studying about the eyebrows, eyelids, lacrimal apparatus, extrinsic muscle of eye, the eyeball. Okay, in that you have again outer fibrous coat, middle fibrous coat, inner nervous coat. Okay, and then later we will see light transmitting structures and mechanism of sight we will see in the other class. So today we will see with the accessory structure of the eye. So we'll see what are the various structures. First, as I told you, it is eyebrows. So we know that eyebrows are this thick hair, right? So they are two arches, arches of thick skin over the eyes. So it is seen up the eyes, right? So that's why it is called as over the eyes. Okay, they contain thick hair. So when you see your eyebrow has got thick hair up over the eyes, that is above the eyes, and they prevent the dripping of sweat into the eyes. Now what is the function of this eyebrow? Of course it adds to the beauty, but the main function, it is that because of the thick hair, the sweat when it is flowing from the head or from your forehead, it does not run into the eyes because of this thick skin, okay, or the arch, or because of the hair that is there over the eyebrow. Okay, so that's a function. So eyebrows, there are two arches of thick skin over the eyes. They contain thick hairs. They prevent the dripping of sweat into the eyes. Next, we will go to eyelids. When we say eyelids, they are upper and lower lid. You know the eyelid, right? This is the upper lid and this is the lower lid. Okay, which protects the eyes. Again, anything comes immediately, the eyelids closes, right? So it protects the eyes. The upper lid is larger, yes, and more mobile. Okay, so if you see, this is larger, and what does it do? The upper lid, it keeps moving up and down wherever you do. So that is more mobile. Mobile means moving. Okay, and it is larger when compared to lower eyelid. Okay, it is raised by, so which it is made up of which muscle? So which helps in moving of the lids? Okay, that is the levator palpebrae muscle. It is raised by levator palpebrae muscle. Okay, both the eyelids are covered externally by skin. So externally, if you see the outer part of the eyelid, it is covered by the skin, and inner side you have this white color, conjunctiva. Okay, and lined internally by conjunctiva. Okay, so when you lift the eyelid up and down, you will see that white. Okay, so that is the conjunctiva. Okay, a pink. Okay, what you see is the conjunctiva. Okay, so usually they will see the conjunctiva, right, to see if you are anemic, right? So they will pull, or if you they will pull and see. or if they will stretch and see, right? They will also see your conjunctiva to see if you have jaundice, if it is yellow in color. Okay, so outer lid is covered by skin, it is lined by skin, and inside by conjunctiva. Okay, a pink one what you see, okay, that is the conjunctiva. Okay, next you have, okay, I'll just repeat, they are the upper and lower eyelids which protect the eye. The upper eyelid is larger and more mobile. It is raised by levator palpebrae muscle. Both the eyelids are covered externally by skin and internally by conjunctiva. Eyelashes are short. So these are lids, right? So what are these? Eyelashes. Okay, eyelashes are short hairs which project from the free margin of eyelids. So in the margin of the eye, where you put, you see girls put mascara, eyeliner, right? So that is the eyelid, okay? But eyelashes, girls use what? Mascara, right? So that is lashes. Okay, so boys don't get confused. The hair that you see are the eyelashes, and which project, so that projects the free margin. You can see the margin of the eyelids. Okay, so this is about eyelids. Eyebrows, these are arches, thick arches with thick hair which prevents the dripping of the sweat into the eyes. We have seen about eyebrows. Eyelids, upper lid, lower lid. Upper lid is large and it is raised by a muscle called as palpebrae, levator palpebrae. And then this is more large, and upper lid is more larger and it is more mobile. Okay, and then we see that outside it is lined by skin or covered by skin, and internally by conjunctiva. Okay, and you have eyelashes which are short hairs which project from the free margin. So from the eyelid margin only these lashes are coming. Okay, so next we will go on to lacrimal apparatus. So आंसू कहाँ से आता है? Lacrimal gland से आता है. Okay, so whenever one person cries, the tears come from lacrimal gland. Okay, so lacrimal apparatus, it is concerned with the production of tear. आंसू को produce करता है this lacrimal gland. Okay, and then we see that, okay, it consists of a lacrimal gland situated in the lateral end of the upper lip eyelid. So this lacrimal gland, where it is in the diagram, you can see that it is seen, okay, it is situated in the lateral end of the upper lid. upper lid का ऊपर है. Okay, lacrimal gland situated in the lateral end. Lateral means at the side. You can see here in the diagram. Okay, so remember that it is at the lateral end of upper lid. Next, lacrimal duct, lacrimal sac, and nasolacrimal duct through which tear is carried to the nasal cavity. So sometimes when you cry, you know, some people will have tears over the nose also. When you cry too much, what happens? There is a, fluid or liquid that is flowing from the nostrils, right? That is from the nose. So lacrimal gland situated in the lateral end of upper lid. Okay, that is the first point. Next, lacrimal duct or lacrimal sac and nasolacrimal duct through which tear is carried to the nasal cavity. So you have lacrimal duct, you also have the sac, and you also have the nasolacrimal duct through which tear is actually carried into the nostril or to the nasal cavity. From the nasolacrimal duct, this will flow into the nasal cavity. So this is about lacrimal apparatus. So mainly it is situated at the lateral end of the upper lid, and there you see three: lacrimal gland, lacrimal gland or duct is the same, lacrimal sac and nasolacrimal duct, from where the tear flows into the nasal cavity. Next we will go to extrinsic muscles of eyes. So we'll see what are the outer muscles of the eyes. Okay, so the eyeball is moved by 6 muscles. So the whole of the eyeball moving, okay, inside, okay, when we rotate, okay, so this is helped by 6 muscles, okay, 6 muscles. So these muscles arise from the posterior bony wall of orbit and inserted into the sclera. So where is it coming from? The posterior bony wall of the orbit. This is the orbit. Okay, so posterior means back side, anterior means front, okay, lateral means side, okay. So these muscles arise from the posterior bony wall of orbit and inserted into the sclera. They arise from the bony part of the orbit and they are inserted into the sclera. Okay, so we will see what are those 6 muscles here. That is superior rectus, which moves the eye upwards. Eyes goes upwards, that is because of superior means up, inferior means down, anterior means front, medial means center, lateral means side. Okay, so you should know superior means up, anterior means front, lateral means side, medial means middle, posterior means behind. Okay, so superior rectus, it moves the eyes upward. Okay, inferior moves the eyes downward. Downward, you see, right? So what is moving? Inferior rectus muscle. Okay, medial rectus, this moves the eye inwards. Okay, so I can move the eyes inwards. Okay, inside. Okay, so this moves medial rectus. Lateral, it moves the eyes outwards. Outwards, if you have to see, right? Side may. Okay, it is helped by lateral rectus. Then inferior moves the eye up and outwards. This helps in both upwards and outwards. Okay, outwards. Okay, next you have superior, moves the eye downwards and outwards. Superior oblique. Okay, superior oblique moves up and as well as outwards. Okay, so these first 4 are straight muscles and the 5th inferior oblique and 6th muscle is the oblique muscle. They are called as oblique muscle. In the name itself you have. So superior rectus, inferior rectus, medial rectus, lateral rectus, inferior oblique and superior oblique. So out of this, superior rectus moves the eye upwards. Inferior rectus moves the eye downwards. Lateral rectus moves the eye outwards. Inferior oblique moves the eye upward and outwards. Okay, superior oblique moves the eye downwards and outwards. So inferior and superior oblique are changed if you see. So normally superior rectus upwards, but here superior oblique downwards and outwards, and inferior oblique, it is not down, it is up and outwards. Okay, so 4 rectus are straight muscles and 2 are oblique muscles. So this is about extrinsic muscles of eyes. Next we will go to the eyeball. Okay, so we have seen accessory muscles are 4: eyebrows, eyelids, lacrimal apparatus, extrinsic muscles of eyes, and there are 6 muscles under that, out of which 4 are straight muscles and 2 are oblique. Okay, so what are the straight muscles? Superior, inferior, medial, lateral, rectus. And which are the oblique? Superior oblique and inferior oblique. Okay, so next we will go to the structure of the eyeball. Okay, so when we say eyeball, it is almost spherical. You know, it is round, sphere shape. Okay, and it is situated in the anterior part. Okay, anterior part, the upper part, front part, sorry. Okay, front part of the orbital cavity. So it is found in the front part of the orbital cavity. The eyeball contains 3 coats. They have 3 coats. They have light transmitting structures. The 3 coats of eyeball are, so there are 3 coats and light transmitting structures. The 3 coats of eyeball are outer fibrous coat containing sclera and cornea. So when you say outer side, you have sclera, you have cornea. Middle vascular coat, it contains choroid, ciliary body and iris. Okay, so you remember like this: outer fibrous coat contains SC. SC is sclera, cornea. So middle vascular coat, it contains what? C, choroid, ciliary body and iris, CCI. Remember that. Up also you have C, that is cornea, sclera, cornea. In the middle you have choroid, ciliary body and I, that is iris, CCI. So inner nervous coat contains retina, that is R. So SC, CCI, R. Remember this. Okay, outer fibrous, and it is thick coat. Okay, fibers, like fibers, it is thick. So it is called as outer fibrous coat, which contains SC, sclera, cornea. And middle, vascular means high blood supply. Vascular itself means good blood supply area. So middle, you have choroid, ciliary body, iris, CCI. Okay. Inner nervous coat, you have retina of the eye, which is very, very important. Okay. So we will see with this 3 and we will finish. Okay. So light transmitting structures are aqueous humor, lens, vitreous humor. So when you say the light transmitting, so these transmits the light. Okay. So this allows the light to pass through, transmits from vision from inside to outside. Okay. Transmits the light to pass through, or it transmits the light. Okay. So which are the structures which are involved in this are aqueous humor, lens, vitreous humor. So this 3 you have to remember the spelling. Okay. Then you have outer fibrous coat. So in outer fibrous coat you see sclera. It forms the posterior 5/6 of the outer coat. So when we say the sclera and cornea, yes, see outer coat, how much do they cover? 1/6. They cover the 1/6 of the outer coat. It forms the white of the eye. So when you see the white sclera, okay, that is all. Okay, this is all the outside and you see the white color. Okay, that is the white of the eye, and it is continuous with cornea. You see the cornea in the front, that black, right? So it is continuous with the cornea. Sclera protects the internal structures and also maintains the shape of the eyeball. What is the function of sclera? It maintains the shape of the eyeball and it also protects the internal structures. Okay, because this is the outer wall, automatically it will be protecting the internal structure. The optic nerve passes through the posterior aspect of sclera and reaches the retina. Okay, now optic nerve, we studied under cranial nerve. It is useful for the vision, right? So optic nerve passes through the posterior aspect. Okay, anterior means front, back side, from back side, posterior aspect of sclera. This optic nerve passes and it reaches the retina. It goes to the retina. Okay, next you have cornea. Okay, when we say cornea, it forms the anterior 1/6 of the outer coat. Okay, so it forms the anterior 1/6 of the outer coat. So we have already seen it forms the posterior sclera. It forms the posterior 5/6. Okay, 5/6 of the outer coat. Sorry, I think I told you 1/6. It is 5/6, 5/6 of the outer coat, posterior. Okay, cornea, it covers the anterior 1/6 of the outer coat. Okay, it is transparent, you can see that, and has a convex anterior surface. Okay, so concave is like this, convex is like this. Okay, so it forms the anterior 1/6 of the outer coat. It is transparent, means through which the light can pass. You can also see the cornea, and has a convex anterior surface. So it has a convex anterior surface. It has no blood supply. Cornea has no blood supply, but it is richly supplied by sensory nerves. It has lots of sensory nerves. So in the diagram here you can see retina, vitreous body, aqueous humor, where is the iris, cornea, ciliary body, anterior and posterior chambers, choroid, sclera, muscula, optic nerve, and the blind spot. Okay, all this you can see, structure of the eyeball. Okay, so sclera and cornea we have studied. Next we will go to middle vascular coat. So when we say middle vascular coat, you have CCI, right? Choroid, ciliary body and iris. So this is a thin, when we talk about choroid, it is a thin, pigmented, means colored and highly vascular membrane. It has a good blood supply. It lines the posterior compartment of the eye, that is the back side, okay, of posterior. It lines the posterior compartment of eye and it lies between the inner surface of sclera and retina. Okay, so it lies between the sclera and the retina. Which one? Choroid. Okay, next you can see that in the diagram that it is in the middle. Okay, next ciliary body, also you can see in the diagram, it is the anterior continuation, that is it is found in the front itself. Okay, it is the anterior continuation of the choroid body. It is the continuation of choroid body. It comes like this. and forms, okay, ciliary body. The choroid, and it lies between the, so it is the anterior communication of the choroid, and it lies between choroid and iris, okay. You can see in the diagram, okay, it lies between the choroid. It comes as a continuation, but still it is found between the choroid and the iris. The ciliary body contains ciliary muscle. The suspensory ligament of lens is attached to ciliary muscle. So this ciliary body, it has got ciliary muscles in them. Then the suspensory ligament of lens is attached to the, so you can see that the outer structure of the lens is attached to the ciliary body. You can see it in the diagram, okay. Next you have iris. Okay, so when we talk about iris, it is anterior continuation of ciliary body. Okay, it is anterior continuation. So choroid continuation is ciliary body, we have seen. Then the anterior continuation of the ciliary body is the iris. So iris is pigmented membrane, and the color of the eye is dependent on its membrane, pigments. Pigments means which produces color. Okay, so iris also has got color in it, and it is dependent mainly on the pigments, that is the colors, the eye color, okay. Iris has a central opening called pupil. So when you see the iris, there is a central opening which is called as pupil. Two sets of iris muscles control the pupil. So this iris muscle, only two sets, a pair controls the pupil. They are circular muscles which reduce pupillary size, radial muscles which increases the pupillary size. So it acts in controlling the size or decreasing the size of pupillary size. So circular muscle, it has two sets of muscles. Circular muscle which will reduce the pupillary size, and radial muscle which increases the pupillary size. So when does this pupil, you have to see that with the, with the torch. When you see the center, the pupil will go up and it will come down. That's why when you are able to see with your naked eyes, it is called as transparent. We have seen that how cornea is actually transparent, right? And we have also seen that, in the cornea you have blood vessels, right? Pigmentations. And we have seen that there are, in this iris, actually it is the continuation, anterior continuation of the ciliary body, and then it has two sets of muscle, the circular muscle which reduces the pupillary size, and the radial muscle which decreases the pupillary size. I think till here I will take and stop. Tomorrow we will see, next class we will see inner nervous coat, and then we will see the other structures, okay. So far in this video we have started with eye, and we have seen the introduction of the eye, and we have seen the accessory structures of the eye, that is eyebrows, eyelids, lacrimal apparatus, extrinsic muscles of the eye. Under extrinsic we have seen 6 muscles, where 4 muscles are straight muscles and 2 are oblique muscles. And then the eyeball, we have seen outer fibrous coat, middle vascular coat, inner nervous coat, okay. So outer fibrous coat contains sclera and cornea, which we have seen in detail. Middle vascular coat containing choroid, ciliary body, iris, CCI, which we have seen in detail. Tomorrow next class we will continue with inner nervous coat. Okay, thank you.